Good morning, students. Today I am discussing about pseudo order reaction. So now, what is a pseudo order reaction? It means that those reactions whose actual order is different from that expected order. Reaction actual order is different from that expected order. So now the question arises, why the actual order is different from the expected order? Because when you take one reactant in large excess, it means that when you take one reactant in excess, then actual order is expected from the expected order, and that reaction is called pseudo order reaction. This will be happen when one reactant is taking large excess in large excess. Suppose we have taken example when alkyl chloride is hydrolysis, then alcohol is formed. So now in this case, in this reactant, water is taken in large excess. Okay, so now the expected order will be 2, but the actual order is 1. So now according to the expected rate law becomes so now the expected order will be okay, but actual order is actual rate law will be now the actual order will be equal to 1. Why this will be happen? Before we calling that H2O, water is taken in large excess, then expected order and actual order will be different. So now the actual order will be becomes 1, and such type of reactions is known as the pseudo order reaction. So now in this case we have seen that, but the molecularity of the reaction is 2. In pseudo order reaction, molecularity will be 2 because in that there are two reactants. One is alkyl chloride and another is water. So now the molecularity will be 2, but the actual order will be 1. So now I am discussing about next topic, collision theory. So we know that in a chemical reactions will be take place due to the collision among the reactant molecules. Okay, so now collision theory, the first assumption is taken as, now in collision theory assumption, the first is a chemical reaction takes place due to collision among reactant molecules. So now every collision does not bring a chemical changes. It means that every collision does not bring a chemical changes. The collision that actually produce the product are effective collision. Now the question is arises, why the effective collision? Because the collision to be effective on the basis of two clear. The first is energy barrier and the second is orientation barrier. So now the second assumption is every collision does not bring a chemical changes. So now, why the every collision does not bring a chemical changes? Because there is the because their reactant molecules are not in a proper manner. So the colliding molecules, the colliding reactant molecules are not in a proper overlapping. So now for a collision to be effective, the following two bases are to be cleared. The first is energy barrier and the second is orientation barrier. Now I am discussing about energy barrier. What is the energy barrier? Now you are discussing about the energy barrier. Energy barrier, it means that the minimum amount of energy which colliding molecules must possess to make the chemical reactions is known as the threshold energy. So now in energy barrier, the minimum amount of energy which colliding molecules must possess so to make the chemical reaction to occur is known as threshold energy. So now the energy barrier is nothing but it is the minimum amount of energy which colliding molecules must possess so as to make the chemical reaction to be occur is known as the threshold energy. So now take the graph between the fraction of molecules and the energy, and that here fraction of molecules. So now that region is known as the fraction of molecules capable of bringing effective collision. So that region is known as fraction of molecules that bring effective collision. So now what is the activation energy? What is the activation energy? So the activation energy is the minimum amount of energy required by the reactant molecules to participate in a reaction is called the activation energy. Activation energy is the minimum amount of energy required by reactant molecules to participate in a reaction is called activation energy. So now the relation between the activation energy and and threshold energy is becomes activation energy is equal to threshold energy minus average kinetic energy of reactant molecules. Average kinetic energy of reactant molecules. This relation is very important for the calculation of activation energy. So now the next is telling about orientation barrier. If there is no orientation between the reactant molecules, the reaction will not be occur. If there is a proper orientation in a reactant molecules, the product will be formed. So now in the reactant molecules must be in the direction of maximum overlapping. So now I am discussing about orientation barrier. What is the orientation barrier? Orientation barrier is nothing but it is the reactant molecules must collide in a proper manner. The reactant molecules must collide in proper manner. In a proper manner. Now let us take an example. We have taken an example like here. Suppose we have two reactant molecules. We have two reactant molecules. This reactant molecules we call reactant molecules is A and another reactant molecules. So now when these reactant molecules are approaching to each other, are approaching to each other, this reactant molecules is B and this reactant molecules is A. Now when these reactant molecules are come close to each other, that will okay. Then after, so now you have see that these the reactant molecules A and the reactant molecules B when come close to each other, and then we see that these reactant molecules are in a proper manner. So there must be effective collision. The reactant molecules A and this here reactant molecules B. So now this is the transition state. What is the transition state? The transition state is nothing but it is the intermediate state, that is the reactant and the intermediate between the reactant and the product, transition state, that is your product. So now these two reactant molecules are in a proper manner, so there must be in the effective collision. There must be the effective collision. Now we have taken another example. So now we have taken another reactant molecules. So now the reactant molecules say in that proper orientation, it means that in that direction, and the reactant molecules in that orientation. So now there will be no proper orientation in that molecules. So now there will be less effective collision. There is less effective collision. So now what will be happen? The no product will be formed. It means that no reaction will be occurred. Why? Because these two reactant molecules are not in a proper manner. These reactant molecules A in that direction and the reactant molecules B is approaching to in that direction. So there is not a proper orientation. It means that the colliding molecules must be in the direction of maximum overlapping. If there will be no maximum overlapping, so no product will be formed. If there is maximum overlapping. If there is maximum overlapping in the reactant molecules, the reaction will be occur. So now we have concluded that. So we conclude that colliding molecules must be in the direction of maximum overlapping. So now here no product form. It means that or no reaction will be occurred. Hence, so now we have said that the rate of reaction is equal to collision frequency and multiplied with fraction of effective collision. Here rate is equal to. So now I am discussing about the next topic is integrated rate law. Integrated rate law. So now we have considered a general reaction. Consider the reaction. So now what will be the kinetics of nth order? Kinetics of nth order. So now let us suppose that let A be the initial concentration of reactant A. And after time t, the concentration becomes A minus x. So now what is the x? X has been changed into product. X is the where x has been changed into product. So now I am repeating again. Let us suppose that let A be the initial concentration of reactant A and at time t is equal to 0, and after time t the concentration becomes A minus x. After time t the concentration becomes A minus x. It means that the amount of left after time t. So now x has been changed into product. So now the rate will be becomes rate is equal to dx by dt. Okay, where n is the order of reaction. So now we have integrating on both sides. Now we have integrating on both sides, and this here we have take the equation first. So now there will be two cases. First we have take a case n is equal to not equal to 1, and another case we have take n is equal to 1. Now we are discussing about case first when n is not equal to 1. Now the equation first becomes and C is constant, arbitrary constant. Now let us suppose that at time t is equal to 0, then x is equal to 0. It means that there will be no change into product. At time t is equal to 0, there will be no change in the product. So now the arbitrary constant becomes that here. So now or we can say that, or it can be written as it means that the concentration remain after time t, and this here the initial concentration of the reactant. So now you have take another case 2. Case 2. We have take n is equal to 1. Now the equation first becomes that now we have take a time t is equal to 0. Obviously x is equal to 0. The value of c becomes arbitrary constant becomes or kt. Now the rate constant becomes by t log a upon a minus x. So now we have seen that from the above equation we have concluded that the first is half life period is that here. Now the second is the graph between linear. Okay. Now this is the kinetics of nth order. From this we have find the rate constant in different order. If we put n is equal to 2, we have get the different value of rate constant. Okay, thank you.